Hi everyone, my name is Rishika Pelli. Today I'll be explaining you all the chapter of microorganisms, friend and foe. So let's begin. First, let us understand the term microorganism. Microorganisms are the organisms which we cannot see with an unaided eye. Microorganisms can only be seen under a microscope. Now let us see the types or the various groups of microorganisms. There are four groups of microorganisms. They are bacteria, protozoa, fungi, and algae. Viruses are also known as the fifth group of microorganisms, but are a little different from them, as they reproduce only in the body of a host organism like bacteria, plants, or animals. Now, let us see the diseases caused by these microorganisms. Measles, chickenpox, polio, and hepatitis B are caused by virus. Tuberculosis, cholera, and typhoid are caused by bacteria. Malaria and amoebic dysentery are caused by protozoa. Now, let us see a few diseases that are caused by these microorganisms in plants. Citrus canker is caused by bacteria. Its mode of transmission is air. Rust of wheat is caused by fungi, and its mode of transmission is air or seeds. Yellow vein mosaic of bindi, okra, is caused by the microorganism virus. Its mode of transmission is insect. Now let us understand, where do these microorganisms live? The microorganisms live in all types of various conditions, ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs, from deserts to marshy lands. They are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans. Some microorganisms grow on other organisms while others exist freely. Now, let us see the uses of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used in a variety of things. They're used for the preparation of curd, bread, cake, and the production of alcohol, wine, acetic acid, preparation of medicines and vaccines, cleaning up of the environment, and increasing soil fertility. Friendly microorganisms. Now let us understand how curd, bread, alcohol, medicines are formed by friendly microorganisms. Making of curd from milk. A curd contains several microorganisms. One of them is lactobacillus, which promotes the formation of curd. The bacterium called lactobacillus helps reproduce in milk and helps to convert milk into curd. Making bread. The fungus called yeast reproduces in flour, dough, and produces carbon dioxide during respiration, which makes the dough soft and helps in making bread, cake, biscuits, pastries, etc. Making of alcohol. Yeast is used for the commercial production of alcohol and wine. The fungus called yeast reproduces in solution and converts it into alcohol. This process is known as fermentation. Louis Pasteur was the scientist who discovered fermentation in the year 1857. Now let us understand how these microorganisms help in making of medicines. Some bacteria and fungi are used to make medicines, which kill or stop the growth of disease causing microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. Examples: streptomycin, erythromycin, and tetracycline, etc. Now, the question is, how do these microorganisms help in cleaning up of the environment? Microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals and convert them into simpler substances, which are again used by other plants and animals. Now, let us understand what are vaccines and how do these vaccines work. Vaccines reduce the risk of infection by working with the body's natural defenses to safely develop immunity to the disease. How do these vaccines work? The weakened or killed form of the disease is injected into the body. The body creates antibodies to fight these germs. If the actual germs ever attack the body, the antibodies return to destroy them. Harmful microorganisms. A few microorganisms are very harmful to us. Some microorganisms cause diseases in plants and animals, including humans. Such microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms grow in food substances and produce toxic substances and make the food poisonous. Food poisoning can also cause illness and even death. Some microorganisms spoil material like clothing, leather, wood, etc. Now, let us talk about the term carriers. Carriers are the ones which carry disease causing microorganisms, to a healthy person or a healthy animal. The most commonly known carriers are female Aedes mosquito, which causes dengue. The female Anopheles mosquito, which carries the parasite of malaria, Plasmodium. The another most common carrier is the houseflies. A housefly sits on waste as well as animal feces. When these housefly come and sit on uncovered food, the bacteria thus spreads to the food, and we fall ill after eating the contaminated food. Now, let us understand how to preserve our food items. We can prevent our food items from spoilage by microorganisms through various ways. Use of preservatives, use of common salt, use of sugar, use of oil and vinegar, hot and cold treatment, also known as pasteurization, use of sealed airtight packets. First, let us begin with preservatives. Preservatives are used in pickles, jams, and squashes to protect them from spoilage. Preservatives are common chemicals such as salts and edible oils that check the growth of microorganisms. Some most common preservatives are sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate. Use of common salt. Meat and fish are covered with dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salt is also used to preserve tamarind, amla, raw mango, etc. Sugar is the most common used preservative. Use of sugar in jams, jellies, and squashes. Sugar is also used as a preservative. Sugar reduces the moisture contact and hence inhibits the bacteria from going and spoiling food. Use of oil and vinegar. You might have seen pickles which last for a very long time because oil and vinegar are added to pickles, fruits, vegetables, fish, and meat as preservatives. Bacteria cannot survive in such a kind of environment. Use of hot and cold treatment. Boiling milk lasts longer as boiling kills many microorganisms. Refrigerating food preserves as low temperature inhibits the growth of microorganisms. Pasteurization is a process by which milk is heated for 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then chilled suddenly before storing it. It prevents the growth of microbes. We can use this pasteurized milk without boiling as it is free from harmful microbes. Pasteurization was also discovered by Louis Pasteur. Use of sealed airtight packets. Dry fruits and vegetables are sold in airtight packets as microbes cannot survive without air. Hence, the food does not get spoiled in airtight packets. So these were a few methods of food conservation, and thus we are heading to the end of this chapter. I hope you understood this chapter. Thank you. Meet you in the next video.